Hello and welcome back to the Creighton 2K Fantasy Draft Series. Today is going to be our actual draft episode. So the four of us got together, we picked our teams, we talked some smack, and I think everybody's pretty happy with what they came out with. They're feeling pretty good about their chances to win this tournament. So without further ado, let's get to it. So the luck of the draw went to Dexter as he landed the number 1 overall pick. So of course, he went and drafted Dougie McBuckets. Everybody knows what McDermott is all about. He's the greatest Creighton player in history and an all-time NCAA legend. He can score from anywhere on the floor at any moment with elite efficiency. He'll be nearly impossible for the other teams to stop, so Dex already has an early edge for best team in this competition. I had the second pick, and with McDermott off the board, I of course had to go with arguably the best all-around player in Creighton history with Baylor Shireman. With a sweet left-handed stroke, Baylor terrorizes teams from deep. But he's no slouch off the dribble and in the paint either. Add in some high IQ playmaking and some high-end rebounding skills for his size, and he makes an excellent cornerstone to start off my roster. PJ had the third pick, and he decided to go with the big man in the middle, Ryan Kalkbrenner. Good luck scoring inside on the 7'1" tower. His elite rim protection is as big of an asset to any defense. But he's no slouch on the offensive side of the floor either. He excels in the lob game and has a solid feel in the low post. Also has a little three-point shot to boot. A nice get for PJ to start off his roster. Alex landed with the fourth pick, and with the first of his back-to-back selections, he took Trey Alexander. Tricky is a do-it-all guard that really excels off the dribble. His mid-range game is darn near unguardable, and he is an excellent creator for his teammates. Add in some defensive tenacity, and Trey is a guy who can take over games on both ends of the floor. For his second pick, Alex stayed on the wing and grabbed Marcus Foster. If you look up at the definition of walking bucket in the dictionary, there's probably a picture of Foster next to it. A true 3-level scorer that can create entirely for himself. A 1-2 combo of Trickery and Foster will be lethal on the offensive side of the floor and create headaches for the other teams. Backing up his defensive-minded pick in the first round, PJ opted to keep with that philosophy as he grabbed a Tyshawn Alexander with the 6th overall pick. Tyshawn is a terror defensively and will lock up just about any perimeter scorer on the other team. But he also can get it done on the offensive end. He can score at all 3 levels, but excels most from beyond the arc. Paired with Kalkbrenner, the two should be the top defensive duo in this tournament, along with providing a strong offensive floor. Backing up my Shireman pick in the first round, I opted to go with the big man Justin Patton. Patton's unique athletic ability for his size, combined with his two-way skills, allow him to make his mark on any game. A big-time lob threat and a sneaky three-point shooter on one end, and a strong rim protector and aggressive rebounder on the other, gives my team another great all-around asset. Finishing off the second round, Dex adds another lightning rod to his offensive attack in Marcus Zegarowski. A true microwave, Zeggy can get red hot in an instant. He's a sniper from three-point range, both off the catch and off the dribble, but he's also not afraid to get downhill and attack the basket. His high-level ball handling makes for a terrifying offensive combo in pick-and-roll and pick-and-pop actions with McDermott. Having gone offense-heavy with his first 2 picks, Dex decided to go with arguably the best defender in this draft, Kyrie Thomas. An incredible blend of length, athleticism, and instincts, Kyrie continually disrupts the offensive flow of opposing teams. On the offensive end, he's an excellent catch-and-shoot option and is not afraid to attack the rim with a vengeance. Sticking with my theme of drafting all-around players, I went with Maurice Watson Jr. for my third pick. Mo shines as a playmaker for others, but he also knows how to get his own buckets. Defensively, he's a menace who has a knack for picking pockets. At 5'11", he's all heart, and his pairing with Shireman makes the best playmaking duo in this challenge. PJ is clearly building a physical defensive roster, so his third pick of Arthur Kaluma made total sense. AK-24 is just a bully on the offensive end, and he knows how to get to the rim. He also has a solid mid-range and three-point game in his back pocket as well. Defensively, his physicality and versatility are major assets and add to what is already a lockdown defensive squad. Capping off the third round, Alex goes with another guard in Ryan Nembhard. R2 is at his best when he is able to get downhill. but don't make the mistake of leaving him open from deep because he'll make you pay from there as well. This pick gives Alex another strong creator, further making his offense a terror to stop. Alex finally gets his big man in Martin Crumple. Crumple can score in a multitude of ways, whether it be in pick and roll or pick and pop situations, but his biggest asset to this team is likely going to be his offensive rebounding. His ability to swallow up missed shots will allow him to play very well off of the 3 guards that were drafted before him, and give another nice boost to an already high-ceiling offense. Gotta credit PJ. He chose a clear draft strategy, and he stuck to it as he lands another physical two-way player in Damian Jefferson. DJ offers great versatility on both ends of the floor, but especially offensively. He can put the ball on the deck and score at the rim, post up, and knock down the 3 ball. He's an incredibly unselfish player who does whatever needs to be done to get a victory. Not afraid to stick to my own draft strategy, I decided to keep building the most complementary roster and go with Ryan Hawkins. Hawkins is an excellent inside-outside scoring threat that has a lightning-quick release. Though a bit undersized and lacking some athleticism compared to some of the other prominent power forwards in this draft, he makes up for it with his high basketball IQ and craftiness. Should be another reliable scorer for my offense. Now see, this is where a mistake might have been made by the rest of us. Somehow, we allowed Dex to snatch up Mitch Ballock to pair with an already potent offense. Logo Mitch isn't afraid to pull up from anywhere, and the floor spacing he's able to create with his incredible shooting spells disaster for opposing defenses worrying about McDermott and Zagorowski. Oof, big mistake by us. And then to make matters worse for the rest of us, Dex turns back around and snags a nice defensive anchor for his squad in Gregory Echenike. Big Greg is a tank in the paint and should provide ample physicality to balance out some of the finesse guys already on his squad. Now with Kyrie and Echenike, Dex's defense is looking stellar. I, however, keep my focus on the other end of the court by selecting Stephen Ashworth. With Mo already on the roster, I'll be able to let him play his more natural 2-guard position. Should be a good shooter for me along with another secondary ball handler. His high defensive effort will also be a plus. Based off the team he had drafted to this point, I could not think of a more perfect fit for PJ's roster than Grant Gibbs. Not only was he in need of a playmaker, but Grant's scrappy mentality just adds to the swagger this team already has. Might want to be wary of these guys. They'll definitely get into your head. For his 5th pick, Alex chooses to double up on bigs by selecting Kenny Lawson Jr. Lawson should be able to provide a physical interior presence while also being able to step away from the basket and knock down a 3 or 2. The inside-outside games of Crumple and Lawson should complement each other pretty well as the rest of the team. Kicking off the 6th round, Alex decides to go all in on offense by bringing in Ethan Rogge. The Lumberjack is near automatic when he gets an open 3, and he is legitimate in the gym range. You'll have to pick him up at half court because he'll pull it from anywhere. Should lead to some outstanding spacing for Nembhard, Trey, and Foster. PJ comes back and picks himself up a very nice 6-man option and a good offensive weapon in Denzel Mahoney. Mahoney does a good job of creating for himself, scoring both off the dribble and out of the post. But he really performs well off of catch and shoot opportunities. Leave him open in the corner, and it'll be a long day. For my 6-man, I decided to go out and get Alex O'Connell. AOC fits the mold of a strong all-around player that I've been continuing to draft throughout. He specializes as a jump shooter, both from behind the arc and in the mid-range, but he's also a solid creator for others and provides above-average skills defensively and on the glass. Wrapping up the 6th round, Dex gets a nice energy big in Christian Bishop. Bishop plays above the rim offensively and adds a little finesse in the low post as well. He makes up for being a bit undersized defensively with his strong athleticism and high effort. Should be a really good fit rotationally with Echenike. Now it's time to rapid fire rounds 7 through 10. Dex started with Ronnie Harrell. I snagged another point guard in Antoine Young. PJ gets another point guard in Austin Chapman. Alex gets some defense with Jahenns Manigat and some shooting with Mason Miller. PJ adds some shooting and more defense with Farabello. I get another floor spreader in Cole Huff. Dex gets playmaking and defense in Davion Mintz and a floor stretching big in Toby Hegner. I grab a high flying bench big in Epperson. PJ adds more physicality and defense in Jason Green. Alex picks up another low post scorer in Grizel and a shooter in Isaiah Zierden. PJ grabs another elite defender in Sharif Mitchell. Good lord. I pick up a fan favorite in Josh Jones, and Dex gets another stretch big in Isaac Trout. Checking out the final rosters, Dex has the highest overall team with the highest rated offense. No surprise when your go-to combo is McDermott and Zagorowski. My offense is pretty close behind thanks to a very balanced attack and playmakers all over the floor. Defense needs work though. PJ, no surprise, has the top defense. I gotta be honest, I don't know how anyone's gonna score consistently on this team. Alex has the lowest rated team, but I say he's got the best collection of bucket getters. That could pay some serious dividends in tight matchups. And finally, just wanted to check out the preliminary rotations for each team. These are subject to change, of course, as we near the start of the games, and even after we start if anyone wants to make adjustments. All teams have equal coaching staffs, sliders, game plans, and playbooks, so this should be a true test of which squad is the best. Drop a comment below which team you think is the best and who is going to win this tournament. Like and subscribe with post notifications turned on so you know the second the next video in this series drops. In the meantime, between time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm gone. Deuces.